Hello, everyone, and welcome to Melody of the Maelstrom, where a bunch of real-life bards play Dungeons & Dragons. Before we roll the starting titles, we do have a few sponsors that we need to shout out. Thank you to our first sponsor, D&D Beyond. Do you want to have all of your resources conveniently in one place? Do you hate math? Look no further. D&D Beyond has all of the digital resources you could possibly need, including books, dice, and the ability to homebrew to your heart's. Our second sponsor is FX May Vary, an awesome band from Newmarket, Ontario, who specialize in making sure you always have your daily prescription of hard rock. Be sure to check out their music on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you're most comfortable listening to your favorite tunes. And to follow their Facebook and other social show dates or announcements. Cannot read. Their newest song, Torn, was just voted as one of the top 21 independent songs of 2024 by XRP Radio and is available to stream wherever you prefer listening to music. Remember, as always, individual effects may vary. There's also our Patreon, where we have a tier for every level of generosity. One includes being shouted out at the end of all Dire Bear games, and another includes voice acting lessons with one of the talented players in our game. Finally, we have merch. Do you want a sweater, a shirt, or maybe even a mouse pad with that awesome Dire Bear logo? Be sure to check out the Pride section in our merch store as well. Even though it's no longer, or not yet, Rainbow Month, we will always show our colors. We also have t-shirts, sweaters, and sweatpants, stickers, and tank tops, so go ahead and check out our merch page. You can find whatever it is your heart desires. That wasn't so bad, actually. Go ahead and roll the credits.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Melody of the Maelstrom. Whoops. I got distracted for a second there.
We're welcoming ourselves back too.
Yes. So the last we left off, the party finished the encounter with the Guardian of the Pool of Life, wherein Nyx finally managed to drink from the pool, and after a first iteration of her heart song, which was basically "fuck off, I'm not doing this," to her genuine heart song, the Guardian let everybody leave, and that is actually precisely where we left off. So the Guardian just recedes into the darkness after telling all of you to get out.
Yeah, you better recede.
I pick up Fidget by the collar and start taking him out.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Talking to the shadow of my hairline there, bro.
You're not bald yet. Bald still implies time.
Okay.
Well, that was a foul beast, though clearly its purpose wasn't all evil or benevolent. I would say neutral.
Sir Domino, I actually got a question for you on this one, because you're the divine, expert or whatever. Was that thing good or evil?
Neutral. It was a guardian. I believe it had a purpose, and its purpose did not push it towards good nor evil, clearly to its purpose of guarding the sacred fountain.
So are you saying good and evil don't have a purpose?
Correct.
For those who have a neutral belief, that answer is correct.
I see. Smooth.
What could drive a man neutral?
While while my
I
people
could
were
tell you.
not while my people were not particularly inclined towards magic, druidic or otherwise, we did still hold that the natural forces needed to maintain their own sort of balance, whether that means that some things live and some things die, and some things feast upon the dead. There is no moral judgment to be passed upon the forces of nature. I think that being was one of those.
Well said.
I think I
With
kind of agree with the evil, kind of creepy monster that we just fought. There's all a
in what
purpose to
way?
it. Well, there's a purpose to all of it. There's kind of a necessity. I mean, really, this quest we're on is kind of due to mortal beings trying to impose a balance that isn't natural. Am I right?
Yeah.
Agreed. Which is why I asked that we not harm it, or at least not prevent it from continuing its duty. And I thank you all for restraining yourselves.
I don't believe there was restraint.
Well, some of us restrained a little too much.
We all
Or
walked away from it at the very least.
fortunately.
I think there is
Nix.
a lesson in serving the role that you're intended for. I mean, the Guardian does what its purpose is, and hesitation, not fulfilling our role, just never seems to work out well.
Seems to cause more harm than good. That's for sure.
I mean, the path forward is always be true to yourself and all that.
Most
Stated.
importantly,
Yes.
oh, yeah, go ahead. Most importantly, Nix seems to have her druidic abilities back, and I think we can all agree that that is a victory in and of itself.
I mean, that was the purpose here, wasn't it?
Indeed.
Well, completion of a purpose is indeed a blessing.
Yes, it would seem your platinum dragon smiles upon us.
Mm.
Let us hope we maintain his favor.
All blessings to Bahamut and his infinite wisdom.
What say you all? We must begin seeking the instruments now. Where do you think we should begin?
There's one in every city, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what Mithras said.
What is that map? Let's get that map.
Get that map.
Get that map.
Everybody
Get that map.
loves maps.
There you go.
Sorry to the
And
audience.
we are
not-
we're in the
We're gonna
lettuce,
work on
right?
that. We
We're in
are the
the-
cabbage.
The mutants.
Oh, the cabbage.
Okay. We're the cabbage. All right. Well, it seems fortune would have that we are in the direct center of the map, and so it really doesn't matter which distance that
Isn't
we
that
choose to.
weird? Isn't that crazy?
We can't. It seems we cannot really eliminate a city based on distance.
It's almost like the hand of a divine being has guided us to this exact location.
Yes, it would seem that way. Parenthesar, you should speak to your patron and find out what the next path should
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You know what's gonna happen? She's gonna tell me she's busy playing something called D&D.
No, you're gonna get the whole music.
What?
You're on a fucking
Is-
hole.
Is nobody else
And,
going to? Is nobody else going to mention Fidget's impression of me?
No.
I was trying not to acknowledge it.
It was done with love.
Indeed.
I can do a bit of a scoot and a boot, a little bit of a little bit of a surveillance, a little bit of a reconnaissance. If you would like, I can see if there are favorable paths which we can select from, unless anyone has any business in any specific city.
I got a couple thoughts before we.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you're telling me.
By all means, Fidget, speak your mind.
I mean, the fact that you're actually on board.
Well, let's just say I intend to live my second life differently.
Good to hear.
Stormfell's off the table. Let's be.
Obviously.
Indeed, there's not left for us there.
Why? What happened in Stormfell?
Where were we headed next, anyways? Before
we'll tell you
embarking on
on
this.
the way. Now the thing is, we got more than one motivation here. It's not just getting the instruments. It's also trying to figure out what we do with them afterwards.
That's a
And
good
how all
point.
this happened in the first place. And I think if we're looking for history, Serpent's probably a good bet.
Indeed.
The serpent, then.
Well,
That path takes us directly across the mountain range, however.
yeah. Why don't we just go south?
Well, with that said, we should probably talk about what's in the other cities so we can be prepared, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of walking in blind.
That's a good point.
Agreed.
So if we headed to... I can't quite read that.
Medlow?
Medlow? If we head to Medlow City, what are we in for?
So just to remind everybody, Medlow City is the main epicenter for forestry. So that's where all the lumber and paper and everything come from.
I don't know. We have 2 druids. We love forestry.
I'm not sure that's how
they
that
I'm not.
works.
That's
They love forests.
Yeah.
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 We're also love
All
trees,
right.
okay?
Important distinction.
It's like, oh yeah, they're cannibals. They love people.
Not tattooed people, though. Apparently, tattooed people taste awful.
or
But,
clowns.
sweetie, you
They
love
taste
cows.
funny.
Why don't you want to go to the slaughterhouse?
Oh no, the leopard's
I love
eating
that.
faces
Okay.
party.
So,
My face.
is there anyone who would have who is like frequented cities that has like a relevant role, like a knowledge city,
Yeah, I mean,
knowledge tourism?
spent a lot of time in Serpent personally. My wanders.
I'm probably only really equipped to talk about Stormfell and Guardian Cove.
I can't remember where I'm from.
Guardian Cove.
I would probably
that-
have.
Is
I would
that in
probably
canon,
have.
or is that like
Oh.
this year's player?
Well, I
No,
guess
no,
we.
it can. Because like I'm from Guardian Cove, and that's where I served, and then most of like the military, like, what's the word? The military brass is mainly in is in Stormfell. Was mainly in Stormfell.
Is there an
No.
instrument in Guardian Cove?
We know
Yeah.
there's an instrument in every city.
Right. We
Was
could
it
go there.
Guardian Cove our original destination?
It was.
It's like 4 original destinations ago.
Yeah,
When you guys
honestly.
started going
Why he
east
told
and
me we'll find
everything
out on the way there.
I mean, let's aim for Serpent. We'll probably end up in Guardian Cove. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Right? We'll go east.
I mean, I guess if that was our original destination, we could just backtrack. And then.
At least we know the route and the carcasses on the way.
The issue remains. We need
Wait,
some
what happened
sort
in
of
Stormfell
citadel.
exactly? Corpses.
A lot of. You're familiar with the Centennial celebration, yes?
Sure.
Decennial.
Yeah,
Every
yes.
10 years.
Big party every 10 years. Everybody gets drunk. Everybody takes a week off.
They sing songs.
This time they took a lot more time off.
Yes, the cults of the storm poisoned all of the ale and the wine, and the whole city was exterminated in minutes.
Except for Stu.
Except for Stu, who lived in the sewers. And us, who had not drank enough to succumb fully to the poison. Because we were busy investigating the murder of my dear friend the Colonel.
That's how we all met.
So many travelers who just sought refuge dead.
Indeed.
Thousands.
Well, I'm cool with going to Guardian's Cove.
The original difficulty yet remains, however. Guardian's Cove requires us to cross a channel to reach it, and we have no natural means of doing so. I don't know about the rest
I
of
have
you, but
natural
I am
means
not
of-
particularly equipped for swimming.
Nope.
Sometimes I'm an octopus.
Sometimes you are.
Next is
All
just
right,
standing over there doing the doggy
so
paddle for some reason.
you could pull a raft, or I guess if we made a makeshift schooner.
Yeah, I mean, I could summon like a pot of.
I mean,
dolphins.
You could
That would
a
be
raft is
awesome.
nice and all, but heading out on open water, you got to remember there's things out there.
Aren't you guys being chased by a lightning dragon?
We killed it, I think.
Yeah, that
was
dragon that we fought back there, we killed it.
That was the one.
I
That's
think.
it?
Yeah, we think so.
I got a feeling we're going to run into one again.
It seemed sort of small.
Now that I
What?
can see
Isn't
people's
it?
faces.
Yeah, by the way, for anybody who was wondering, we finally have Berethazar on camera, and we're excited to have him back.
He's one of them. I don't know where the camera is, so I'm
I
gonna
think if I point,
that one.
if I point this way,
We also have
you
This
point
way
that way.
for you.
This guy.
Wait,
we
wait,
also
wait, wait.
have
Here
a
we go.
wayward cleric
There-
who
there
has
it is.
arrived.
The production
miss.
values through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. We're just discussing where we should go next, Rendell.
I suggested Weast.
Yes.
I'm
Rendell, do you have any experience in any of these cities?
What was that, Shar? What was that, Shar?
kill every single one of you.
You've been trying.
Yes, I do.
I'm not much of a city slicker my own self, so could you tell me about any of it?
1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I can tell you about Serpent.
Tell me about Serpent.
Oh, it's a place you don't want to go. It's awful. Just books. Lots of books.
It's basically a city built around a library.
Yeah,
And,
musty old books. Boring as hell.
Yes, I mean, he's not wrong.
I guess that's where all the trees went.
It seems to me that Medlow City, as such a hub of forestry and timber, and being as it is on the coast, should have some industry for shipbuilding, and we may be able to hire a crew to
Oh,
take
definitely.
us to Guardian Cove and the rest of the cities. Perhaps it would be a reasonable first stop.
Not
we have
building
anything to
ships in a
trade?
lumber capital would be, I'm just going to say, probably not the best idea in terms of city planning.
Indeed.
They just roll everything away. They just roll the logs down. It's at the top of a really big hill, and all the other cities are at the bottom. They
Just
kind of-
pushes them into the ocean and lets them float around to another city.
There you go.
This is fortunate. So if it's a port city, maybe we can do some trading and find valuable items that may aid us.
Do
I
we
got
have
a bunch
anything
to
to trade?
sell.
We don't have much to trade, but we can work something out, I'm sure.
We have
You
dragon
guys don't.
scales.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was
Actually,
going to
lots-
say, can we go back and harvest the rest of the daggerin?
We could.
I think we chopped that thing up pretty good. I don't know how much
I mean,
we
there
left
might be
behind.
a few teeth left. Other than that, I think we cleaned it up pretty good.
Hmm.
But teeth could be valuable to the right person. Perhaps an alchemist.
I have 12 copper.
I mean, if it's en route back, can't hurt.
Well, I mean, that seems like a good start, Penny.
I vote yes.
Would you mind if, while we're on the path going to Medlow, if we make a small detour? It's on the way, so
Where do you need to go?
see a friend. Oh, hopefully she's still there.
Are we going to keep being cryptic now after all that we've been through?
She's a druid.
You knew a druid this whole time?
I knew a druid outside of Medlow City. Yes. I knew a druid. I don't know if she's one of druids of same as Nyx.
And did you ever, I don't know, ask, hey, Nix, do you know this friend of mine?
That's just kind of racist.
To be fair, Nyx
No,
couldn't
yeah,
speak
no,
for a fairly
no,
long
I
time.
mean, not all druids know each other.
Yeah,
Oh, so
yeah.
now I'm the dick. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
In fairness
Alright.
to you, you
I
didn't
mean,
know,
in
but
fairness,
I mean, if the condom fits.
she
Okay.
What
Good
the
night,
We're done
everybody.
con-
this evening. We're good. Thanks everyone for joining us
Can't
on Melody of the Maelstrom. My name is Charlotte. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, that's all, folks.
You can leave, Charlotte. We're in charge of the stream.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
this thing doesn't turn off until I turn it off.
Okay,
Alright.
well, you know what? I'll just, fine.
Cool. All right, everybody roll for initiative.
Yeah, we're fighting the DM now.
Ben's the DM now, and
Oh, no, I'm not the DM.
Severely OP'd.
I'm not the DM, I'm just the Tarisk.
Shit.
Tarask?
The Taras?
No, it's terrorist.
Isn't it?
I mean, it is now.
No, it's not.
According to
Okay.
Jeremy Crawford, it's the Tarask.
They didn't put the pronunciations in it when
Yeah,
they
it's one of
started.
those
This is
words
true,
where
they
like
did
you
not.
read it a bunch and then you
I prefer the original French Tarask.
hyperbole. I said that one wrong when I first.
Yeah.
I said epitome for years.
I also said epitome
I also
for a
said
very
hyperbole
long
for a
time.
very long time. I said hyperbole.
Yeah.
Hyperbole.
Racious instead of raucous. That's another one.
I said Squirrel.
Okay,
You
that
said
one.
Squirrel?
That would kind of win.
No, you didn't.
I mean,
I didn't.
the-
I'm
the-
saying
the-
squirrel.
Squirrel.
Spiral.
Squirrel.
So,
Right.
so can Atten? Are we outside? We inside?
Yes.
Okay.
We are out of doors.
I-
We're outside.
Can I consult my star map there, Charlotte? Can we do a
Absolutely.
wheel woe?
Is it not still daytime?
No,
There are stars in the daytime.
star map. It's a map of the star.
Yeah.
You just can't
Yeah.
see
There's
them.
one star in the daytime.
They don't disappear. Like
It's
the
you,
filament
Kyle.
doesn't turn
It's
off.
you.
Like they're there.
Yeah,
It's
the
also-
stars are still out there. Whether or not you can see them is an entirely different question.
We've also been making some massive assumptions
So, you
about
know,
this
the
planet and like
rotation
how many
of the
stars
Earth
there are.
is- Earth is
Yeah, true.
Yes,
There could just
true.
be the one.
There could be 3
one.
and one's green. We don't
There's
fucking
two
know.
stars. There's 2 stars in the sky. One is wheel, one is woe,
That's it. Yeah, it's a coin. It's
and one of them
duality
is
of
like.
man.
Oh look, hi JT in the chat.
I hate
Oh.
you.
What
Okay,
up,
here we go.
JT?
No,
Fuck, 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 fuck.
okay? So JT has to be nice to us,
Oh, okay.
right? I don't know what happened in my eye there.
I don't think that's in the rules.
So
yeah, Atten would probably consult his star map to
okay, as
see
to-
the. Well, you can. It's casting augury. It's asking whether or not like, is this a good idea? Should we be on the road towards Medlith? How do I feel about this? What are the signs? What do I see in my future?
So
What are my feels?
you get kind of an indifferent answer.
Okay.
It's a touch of both.
Ah, how romantic.
So the
A
stars
chance
are
of
like,
yes, a chance of death. Yeah, they just don't know. Both stars are out at the same time. They're in superposition. Okay.
I cast the runes, and they said, oh.
You cast the runes and they said fuck a boot and find out.
Bugaboo, I knew.
Oh no.
Well, having consulted the stars and been greeted with indifference, I suppose I will find out for my own self.
You get the feeling that the stars feel indifferent because obviously that's where you need to go.
Yeah.
But there's an inherent danger involved.
Makes sense. I'm hopeful. Danger means we're getting close.
Danger close?
Danger close. It's a good like album name, you know?
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, danger means there may be people who need our help.
And stuff to take.
And stuff to take.
I mean,
You know what? Our war chest is a little bit sparse. If we all thought a little bit more like you, perhaps that would not be the case.
that's what I'm saying. Everybody should think more like me, especially Domino. Ugh.
It would take
Vibes.
many flagons of wine, my friend.
You should leave our own.
Let's get started now. It's a long trip.
You didn't take a vow of poverty, did you, Domino?
I've took many vows, and hanging out with this rowdy group is challenging all of them.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration for
Man,
that.
me too. That's the
Well
nicest compliment
deserved.
you've given me ever since we met.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, please take a point of inspiration. That was fantastic.
That's funny.
Hanging out with you fuck nuggets.
So,
So are we
We got-
agreed? Menlo City?
So I'm going south.
Menlo City.
Medlo.
Medlo, sorry.
Medlo City.
Don't mispronounce things on stream or you'll get swamped.
Yeah.
We're still making Weast jokes.
Yep.
okay?
I'm sorry, I just got Menlo Park stuck in my head.
All right.
All you-
Medlo City, the
Medlo
anagram
City.
for melody.
Medlo City,
Joke.
1922.
The invention of the electric light bulb.
And now we turn back to the adventures of our intrepid heroes as they venture south towards the unknown. Whatever shall happen, tune in next time.
On
Alright, scroll.
So we're off
you
to
guys
Menlo
begin?
Park.
Yes?
Yeah, off to Medlo Park.
Yes.
All right.
Medlo City.
Yes. Okay, so you guys essentially leave the cave, and then back into the torrential downpour that is continuing to just
All right.
come down from the sky. Um, and as you begin to traverse back in the direction that you came, that incredibly large waterfall that you guys had to pass previously has now become much larger and much more of a danger,
Oh yeah.
as very like incredibly large amount of water is just tumbling down from somewhere, and the water is beginning to gather. Actually, as you step out of the cave, you guys step into a solid 3 or 4 inches of water that are collecting, and as you get closer, you can feel that you have to walk against like this current that is being created from this waterfall.
Mm.
Does it seem to me as if this would cause, seeing as it is like unnatural, the storm, would this cause damage to this area?
I mean, so this area was like most chasms such as this were caused by, the erosion of water. So this seems to be just the continuation of a natural process. Erosion in and of itself is damage, but
No,
the
I
water
mean,
has
like, I ain't mad about the flooding, though. Right?
I mean, the water has to go somewhere. So
Okay.
it seems to naturally collect here, just not usually in this large of an amount. Like,
Okay. I won't try.
Anybody here know how to get a hold of the gods responsible for rain?
I think that's the one we're trying to put back to sleep, Fidget.
Just the one?
I don't know, Rendell.
What? Velcro doesn't control the brains.
See,
How do they divvy this up? This is awful. It's just. What about rivers? Is there a god of rivers? Maybe mountains? Like, let's try and find a loophole here.
It seems like it's a
one
very confusing
of
bureaucracy.
a path other than the one that we just went through.
I'm just. I feel like. I feel like we're going to end up at the bottom of this mountain, and it's not going to be in the good way.
All right.
You can certainly
I think
try.
we just need to. Okay.
No, I'm worried that we're going to get caught up in the deluge, and that's going to be that. So I'm
Well-
trying to find a workaround here.
Climb.
Didn't
Alex.
In the rain, I imagine that would make it more difficult.
Atmir, what was your take on the water? Is this going to be a danger?
I mean, it doesn't. I suppose there is a potential of like a landslide if it gets particularly bad, but it doesn't seem as if anything is a direct threat at the moment.
Well, maybe we should be on our way and not linger if there's some form of danger potentially. I can use a sword, but natural disasters, I'm useless.
Oh, your deity doesn't cover natural disasters?
Hold your tongue.
So, are we going through it or are we going around it?
Can we go around it?
We have to climb over it.
Theoretically, Nyx and Barenthazar and myself would all have some sort of training for this type of scenario, like harsh weather training from our service.
Yeah, they gave you swimming lessons.
Swimming lessons.
Where'd you learn to doggy paddle?
Yeah. How wide is the chasm that we're looking at here? And this isn't the one that I had the rope swing over, right?
No, this is the waterfall, which
Right.
was the last sort of like obstacle that you guys had to cross before you could get to the
Right.
cave.
Mhm.
So it was pretty torrential previously, but yeah, now it's pretty much covering the entirety of the 10 to 15-foot gap. You can't tell quite how wide it is just because the water makes
Have a look.
it harder to discern the actual space that you could and that it occupies.
Do I get the impression that it would be too difficult to fly in the weather? In this weather?
Most birds don't fly in this kind of weather, but it's not impossible. But if you were a bug, you'd have a really shit time.
No,
I
I'm
mean-
wondering if I could just turn into a bird and then ferry everyone over real quick.
I mean, I
You
don't
just turn
control
into
the
a chick.
reins, but I can probably solve this problem pretty quick.
How so?
I'll snap my fingers, and I cast Water Walk.
That would work.
Oh,
Which-
now we can walk up a waterfall. I see how it is.
Not up a waterfall, we can walk across one.
10 creatures.
I
Okay.
was previously saying no to the walking up the waterfall.
Well, unless you... Anybody happen to have... Anybody happen to have spider climb?
Nope.
Actually, like, does that work? Like, if you have water walk and spider climb, can you climb a waterfall? That makes sense, right?
Wow.
I mean, the spell says you get to move across any liquid surface, such as water, acid, mud.
The waterfall then. Why are you so gung ho? Why are you
As-
so hell-bent?
I just
As
want
if
to
it
do
were-
it. Like, I don't know.
Want to prove done, Charlotte.
The key line for me is as if it were harmless, solid ground.
Right?
So, I mean, if you had spider climb, I guess you could.
That's cool.
So the thing about water walk, right, is
Yep.
that you got it's for a surface of water. This is a waterfall.
Yes, my
It's a liquid
brain was.
surface.
Can
It
we
does
get
say
up to the?
liquid
Can we
surface.
climb up to the top of the waterfall?
No, I've previously said no to casting water walk and climbing up the waterfall.
No,
That
no,
would be
no.
like a flat.
I mean, can we climb up the rocks to get up to the top of the waterfall?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Maybe I will hold off on casting water walk then, and then we can see.
Apparently, I am quiet. What if I move my microphone closer? Is that better?
Said nobody.
Well, I had just
What
turned
about-
up the master volume and you in Discord, but.
Well, hey, if I don't move my microphone, that's fine. Or I could just.
No, no.
Also, I can
You
cast
should bring
water
your
walk
microphone a little closer.
as a
That'll make
ritual.
it easier to manage.
Okay.
Rendell.
Sit.
Yeah.
I can cast water walk as a ritual if you wanted.
If you want to do it, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. However, we still have to get up to the top of the waterfall so we can cross whatever river is feeding it.
If we have water walk, can we not just cross whatever water we run into?
You can cross like the other water,
Yeah,
but
surface. Yeah,
Gravity is still a thing.
gravity is still a thing.
I get you. I get you.
So if you want to try and walk up a waterfall, be my guest.
Go up like Batman and Robin in the 60s
Yeah.
Who?
with water walk. Is that a game?
I mean, well,
I
We're
would
getting
be,
there. We're
I'd
getting
be
there.
perfectly happy.
Car's like, I am going to murder you so
Gone in a
hard.
different direction. Why do we have to do this again?
We're not.
So
We're not.
We're not.
Good
It's
question.
what I would be happy to do here is I'll climb the cliff beside the waterfall. I'll climb to the top with a length of rope if anybody has one. And then I can help pull people up the rope. And then we can all water walk across the river that the waterfall is at the end of.
That's what I was suggesting. Trying to
I will-
suggest. I just poorly worded it.
Everybody
I will
got stuck on top of the waterfall.
I will toss 50 feet of silk rope
Ooh,
to
silk.
Bovidius.
Oh Come on.
You fancy,
The
you fancy
finest.
are you?
The finest of elven rope.
This
It's
is
like
high quality
being tied up with
indeed.
a
I hope
cloud.
it is not ruined in this weather.
If it serves its purpose to help my companions, then all is good.
Thank you, Domino. And I'll throw it over my shoulder and start climbing the cliff.
All right, give me an athletics check, please, good sir.
Okie dokie. We have here a nat 20 for a 27.
All right,
No.
So you very deftly start picking your way up the side of this cliff. Now that you're really close to it, there's actually a surprisingly large amount of really good hand and footholds. So it's basically like you do have a climbing speed as you just like very deftly just make your way up to the top of the cliff within about 5 or so minutes.
Hell yeah.
Those speed runners who go up the do the rock climbing but like really fast,
Yep.
they would be impressed right now.
I shout down at everybody, parkour. And then I'll
Guys, is that Elvin? I don't.
Is that a
what? I
monster?
don't
Is there a monster up there?
Is there something up there?
I'll toss the
Well, maybe
rope
going
down
down.
towards them. And I'll basically kind of. Is there a tree or anything to tie it off to, or am
Oh
I
yeah,
just
there's a pretty sizable rock that you can like go around and then brace the rope on against your. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll tie it off around the rock, and then I'll brace myself on the rock and kind of hold it.
Okay.
And use that to help kind of pull people up.
So anybody
Essentially,
who's
trying to
climbing,
give them the help action.
yeah. So anybody who is climbing the rope still has to make an athletics check, but the DC is like very much eased.
Okay.
Well, I do like the physical
12?
dice.
18.
Okay.
21.
Nice.
Okay. Guidance.
Yes.
14. Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. So I heard a 12, a 14,
21.
1. Nice.
18.
Nice.
Right.
Okay.
And guidance.
Yeah.
And guidance. I will actually need that. Hold on. So
Oh,
that's
no.
2 plus 3, so that's
Oh, no.
5.
Ooh.
That's an athletics check, is it? Ooh,
Uh-huh.
I definitely have a negative to that one,
Oh
don't I?
no.
I do, a -1. So that brings us to a 4.
I don't think it's eased that far.
Can you
No,
animal shape under duress?
No, you can't do it as an action. It's on my turn.
So everybody else starts climbing up the rope. And Atmir, this silk rope is like really slick with
It's
water
too
at this
slippery.
point. Like it's just kind of running down the rope, and you're the last one to go, and it's just super slippery in your hands. You just keep like fireman pulling down it instead of managing to climb.
All these greasy travelers with their filthy hands on the rope. And then I'm just last. It is what it is.
Well, it's either you're last and everybody else is fine, or you fail while climbing
Yes.
and then slide down and like you know, like that scene in Mulan where they're sliding down the rope and all the lanterns are going like pew 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 pew, except the people are lanterns.
I think it'd be worse if I went first, because then I have to like fall in front of everyone and then like embarrassingly like Jim.
Yeah,
sorry,
then
guys.
all of your party members are those lanterns.
Yeah, like when you're the first in line and you're trying to put your money back in your wallet and like grab the receipt and grab all your groceries and there's somebody behind you and it's just like it's like that.
Wait, we're going on the rope at the same time? When would you wait till someone's at the top? A lot of anyway.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
I
out here with my eyes popping out of my sockets like, that's too many people!
Mom, it's fine.
okay, so I die of embarrassment. All right, next.
The nice thing about that is you could probably try it again.
Just tie it around yourself.
Okay, I tie the rope around myself.
Did taking 10 continue to be a thing in 5th edition?
But what? Who?
Taking 10?
Taking
You know about
10.
this? Yeah. So it's like if you
You
know you
try
have an
some-
unlimited amount of time to do something, you can just assume that you rolled at least a 10.
No, that's
You-
not a thing.
What it means is like you take 10 minutes to do it,
Yeah.
so you get the average, which is 10. If I
Yeah.
take like it's assumed you've rolled 10 times, you know.
Or I
Anyway,
can just
uh,
roll an athletics check to pull him up.
Yeah, I've tied the rope around myself. Please don't like bat me off the cliff
Which I will-
repeatedly.
We'll
I
see
will
how
help
high I
you with.
roll it. Oh, thank you.
Just do an elbow drop from the top of the cliff.
Bovidius is like pulling the rope up. I'm there with a knife going.
Minotaur off the top rope.
All right, so 25 to gently lift Attenmere to the top of the cliff.
All right.
I don't even help at that point. I'm just like free.
Yeah, he's just like sitting with his arms crossed, like this is stupid.
Comes up, he's like whittling a little stick.
Yeah.
Hey, what took you guys so long?
Cliff is stupid, and this rope.
What
is
took you so
stupid.
long, peasants? So lift me faster.
Sounds like Ovidius just drops the rope.
I'm just so happy I finally got to roll the only ability check that I'm actually good at.
All right. So once you guys get to the top of the cliff, the surface of the water is still moving rather quickly, but it should be easy. It's a 10 or 15 foot expanse, so some of you could relatively easily try to jump this.
Don't we all have water
Right.
walking?
Some of us
Water
with regular
walking
sized
is going to be
legs.
equivalent of walking across a very rapidly moving floor.
Yeah, I've been to the airport. Like, big deal.
I'm gonna jump on
You're
Bovidius.
walking straight across the floor that's moving this way.
I go over to Bovidius. I'm like, you mind?
Puppies.
It's-
I plop him on my shoulders and I'll jump across.
It
All
literally
right.
says in the spell, as if it were harmless, solid ground.
It does literally say that in the spell.
Puppies
yeah,
anyway.
but like
But it's up to you. You're the DM. I don't want to get washed off a waterfall.
if you're walking across like, a pond or the ocean, yeah, that's harmless ground. But this ground is moving.
I'm kind of with you. I like it. I like a little flavor on the water walk. Makes
Yeah.
it more interesting.
Yeah.
So you can walk on it, but now there's a little bit of difficulty to it because it's a rapidly
right.
moving floor.
Yeah, it means we don't sink.
Toss me the rope and hold the rope as you walk across.
Agreed. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have just received a party boon.
Nice.
Hey! Now
So
the
we get to
stupid
decide
water
what the boon is,
harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boon is we can walk sideways really fast, so it's no problem.
You can just crab walk super fast. It'll be fine.
Actually, I was gonna say the boon should be that the rain stops.
Oh, miracle from God.
He's sun crabbing his way across.
Yeah, I don't get to decide what the boon is. You guys get to ask for the boon, and then I get to say I get to decide whether or not I want to say no.
I don't get to decide. I just get to decide.
Also,
I do get to decide. I do get to decide though. I get the final decide.
Otter has also granted Charlotte a point of luck.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Oh yeah, I love it.
So
Thank you,
quickly
Otter.
we were betrayed.
Charlotte's also using on Nyx. Hold on.
We're trying to cross
Fair.
the water. It is the otter's domain. He's just protecting.
Yeah.
So I will grab I'll grab the rope, and with Fidget on my shoulders, I will attempt to just walk across the river.
Okay. So I'm gonna need a dex check for this.
Ooh.
Make
Would
sure
it
you
be?
maintain your
Would
footing.
it have been athletics to jump?
Put me off your back, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, it'll be athletics.
Wait,
Well then,
can I just
can I jump instead?
Yes.
can
Okay.
I do this because it'd be funny?
Sure.
Can I turn into a giant octopus and just like yank everyone across?
Yes, you can.
Nice.
Actually, yeah, you can because you have 8 arms.
So
So
I
I
did
just
now.
rolled an 18 to jump across.
So, okay. So, Vividius, you jump across with Fidget, and then everybody else feels a wet tentacle just kind of, slither around their waist, and everybody's like,
Hang on. lads.
I turn around to like help people with the rope and see this happening, and I'm just like, damn it.
and now it's Nick sitting there with her arms crossed, like, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid. I could have just jumped.
It's better this way.
So much better this way. He's like, I just want to use my octopus. I just want to use it. And
Oh, yeah.
the fun part is that if you tentacle people, they're grappled and they can't actually say no.
They can't sit.
Yeah, Fidget
I mean-
watches this happen and he's just like, finally, I have some good luck for once.
I mean, I could have also used Gust of Wind and just kind of like told you to jump in front of it.
Yeet everyone across.
And just launched you 15 feet.
just go acid the kettle on the other side.
Some fucking Sonic bounce
Ah!
pads. Just like
Don't
strategically.
you? Oh, nobody else do that. Oh god.
Look out below.
They catch another gust and that it actually blows them off the cliff. Like,
What?
oh no, my boy.
Oh no!
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Okay, so you guys have successfully gotten to the top of this cliff, crossed the waterfall,
Awesome.
and pretty much negated everything other than climbing down at the end of this particular pass.
No, continue.
Oh, I thought you were raising your hand. I was like, yes, would you like
No.
something?
Don't worry.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Vividius, unfortunately, unless you go and collect your rope, you're not going to get it back.
It's Domino's rope.
No. So the silk rope is Domino's, which you still have, but the rope that you use to Tarzan swing across the pool
Oh, yeah.
is
Oh, no, here, no problem. I got that for you.
That's miles away.
Oh, I thought it was
I
like
don't
across
actually know how
the-
far
the
away it
thing.
is, but it's.
I thought it was across the lake.
I deleted that ages ago.
okay.
Okay.
So,
I
Rope empty now, huh?
I left an important community structure behind me. I did some good. People
for the
can now
players that are coming in the future,
people can now swing across that chasm.
Yeah, the next time
Safely.
there's a bunch of tweakers that come by, they're totally set to go in there and get killed by that giant bone monster. It's going to be great.
yeah,
Yay!
We're doing a service.
doing a very important service. All right, so you guys just kind of walk across the top of this cliff.
So I'm still an octopus, and I'm gonna be like walking on. I'm gonna like have the 4 to be like my legs. The 4 like tentacles. It lasts an hour. I can do whatever I want.
Everybody else is walking. You can just hear
Splat, 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 splat. What is an octopus's walking speed?
15. I think it's like 15 or like 10 or something
Yeah.
abysmal.
So you guys are doing that thing where you're trying to walk quickly, and then you have to stop and wait for the octopus, and then you walk a little bit, and you stop for the octopus.
Wait.
If you weren't a
Oh,
giant
no.
octopus, somebody could pick you up.
Oh no, I'm the octopus in real life.
We're now stuck in a
It's
Skyrim
MJ.
side quest where our companion is only at a walking speed and we're trying to sprint.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Come on, you're just doing laps around the octopus. Like, come on, dude, let's go.
Every escort
Ridiculous.
mission in every RPG ever.
Right?
Actually, that could be the boon, is like giving him a regular walking speed and he's just quicker now.
That is a good boon.
Or I could just hit the octopus until he reforms.
I think he might get upset with you if you do that.
You can try, motherfucker. Octopus at 52 HP. Like, give
Oh
it.
shit.
Fight,
That's
fight,
almost as
fight,
much as
fight,
me.
Fight, fight.
Yeah, now that we've avoided all the obstacles and we just have to climb down the mountain,
Yep.
let's have a fight and
Yeah.
see who survives.
So,
I'll get you to the bottom of the mountain real fast.
did you guys
Don't
want
worry.
to visit the dragon corpse?
Oh yeah, there's a dragon
That
corpse.
you guys need to climb down there. And
Do we want to gather those parts now that we've? You remember when we had our original destination and then we just changed it 6 seconds in?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So what do we want to do now?
We're still going to Medlow.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Blah, 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 blah.
But now that now that we've climbed up on this waterfall, is there a route that would take us out of the mountain range that doesn't pass by the dragon? Like, can we get back there, or would it be like extra work and possibly like dangerous?
It would be a little bit of extra work, but then you guys encountered all of the obstacles after the dragon, so unless something has gone horrendously wrong, you guys shouldn't encounter anything else. Shouldn't being the bolded underline word there.
I mean, it couldn't hurt to at least take a look and see what the status of the dragon corpse is.
I mean, out of nowhere, we just hear quack, quack, quack.
Asmodeus comes again.
I mean, personally,
As Maduckus.
as Ben the player, I want to make sure that corpse is still there on our way back.
When us without a blade singer.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the dragon.
All right. So you guys get to the top of the cliff face that like overlooks the area where you guys fought the dragon.
How
And
tall?
there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to
It
say,
was the crabs.
don't you remember those big worms that were eating? Sorry, Bavidius. Were
Oh, the carrion monsters.
yeah, we left a
Ones that-
rather sizable meal for them. I think.
Yeah. But the crabs
I
were
would
at
be
this.
surprised if the carrion worms
Oh,
could have
crabs
dispensed
too.
with a meal that size this quickly.
Even a bone, huh?
I don't know. I was kind of curious why crabs were out this far anyway.
The men.
Are you to tell me that the remains have been claimed by the children of the storm and it will be resurrected to haunt us further?
It
I know what
seems
you
your
know, man.
sigil was not strong enough.
I prefer the worm theory. Thank you.
Like the brother
Worm
that
theory.
was stolen? Yeah. Bad omens.
Agreed. I checked in my
How
bag.
big was that
Do I still
nearest
have
bird
my dragon
non-chin with
scales?
tentacle?
Are there any crabs in my bag?
No, there are no crabs. I mean, no, there are no crabs in your bag.
I saw what you did
It was
there.
right there.
Are there any crabs elsewhere on my body?
I mean, lucky for you, if there are, I
No.
know a good paladin in Medlow.
I know a good paladin right here.
Would that count as a disease? I don't think so.
It's very definitely considered a disease.
I don't think it's a disease.
It is
Is what?
officially
It's a parasite.
classified as a disease.
Crabs
Guess
are
who
little
the
tiny
crabs?
parasites,
Your
aren't they?
nuts will grab.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Mhm.
It's
Little
Bed
tiny like
sheets
lice.
and toilet seats.
hard to
Pinky
say.
nuts.
I
and
would
feet.
disagree that it's a disease. A disease is the malfunctioning of a body part.
Well, that's
It's
why
more
they
like-
call them STIs now.
It's
Yeah.
It's an
a
infection.
parasite.
Yeah, it's like an infestation.
Yeah, I would say it's not a disease for the purpose of
Infestation.
lay on hands. I don't know
I'm
how
glad
we
I'm an
got here, but
octopus.
we're
I
here
can't
now.
get loose.
Protection from evil?
I got a joke for this when we're on break. I don't want to say it on. I don't want
Oh, well, now I'm very excited for this joke.
Evil?
Rob drops the conversational equivalent.
All
of
right,
like a
folks,
ring
we're
of
going to
money.
intermission.
Well,
All right. Have we moved on from the crabs?
Yes.
Theoretically.
Well, wait a minute.
That's
Oh, sorry. Bad joke. Bad timing.
What if I were to cast Spirit Guardians and designate the crabs as my enemies? It will get rid of them all.
I'm so concerned.
There are
I
no
don't have
enemy
crabs, man.
since we're still talking about the crabs,
I feel like
maybe
there's a
we can make.
shampoo or something. Like I
I
don't
think after
we
all
have to
this
go-
time, I might have a new calling.
Oh, what have I done?
Did we ever think to boil them so we could have stew? Crab
I don't
stew?
think you want to eat these, not the crabs.
Not
No, I do
those.
not want stew back.
Although potatoes
Well-
would be great with this boiled crab.
Yeah.
All right, so we're moving on to Menlo City, right?
Can we like star wipe out of this situation, right?
Yeah.
Please do.
We have to star wipe out.
Yeah, of
It's a
course we do.
classic Star Wars.
Do just the bit that's just the most obvious transition.
It's like they shot an extra 5 minutes of the scene, and then they were just like, ah.
Like
My planet needs me.
Move on, let's go.
But this video's got to be edited now. Great.
Yep.
All right. So, the corpse of the dragon, which is what we should be focusing on, is
Yeah.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
How can we focus on it? It's not there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's why we're focusing.
You can focus on the lack thereof.
Yeah, we're focused on
Probably startling.
the giant dragon-shaped absence.
I will meditate on the nothingness.
Cool. I also meditate on the nothingness, mostly with anxiety.
I will contemplate other neat uses for Spirit Guardians.
Should
Come on,
we?
dude.
Is fidget still? Are we still mind molded? Can you understand me?
How long did that last for? How long did you roll it for?
I don't know.
I think it was 4 hours.
At least an hour.
4 hours, yeah. I think it was 4
Then,
hours.
yeah,
last
you're
one.
still mind melded.
Yes, we are.
Should we check the abduction site for clues? Clues?
Kloosh.
Yes. I mean, this is on our way back out of the mountain pass anyway, so.
Okay. Can I descend the cliff as an octopus?
Certainly. As an octopus. Do octopi have climb speeds?
They have suckers
No,
on their
but like,
tentacles.
you
I'd
find
be
a
appalled if they
tentacle
don't.
piece.
I have to go by the stat block, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. I just mean, like, do I have a penalty? Like, you know, it's fine. I can attempt, right?
I mean, technically, you're a cephalopod. You can probably survive the fall? Question mark.
Oh, sick.
You're just
I can
jelly with a
just,
beak.
Yeah, that's true.
myself off the cliff.
There will be bruising.
Jelly
but
with
it'll
the
probably be
feet.
all right.
So that means you said jelly with a feet.
No, a beak.
Excellent.
Oh, my mistake.
Jelly
my
with a
mistake.
beak.
Did he just jump off the cliff? Just
No,
just like that.
no, I did
You
not.
just see him jump off, and then you just hear get the ball.
Reminds me of a goldfish.
Oh no!
He like unshape shifts mid roll and just like ragdoll like this.
All right. I don't climb very well. So I'm going to look for another route if possible.
There is a path, like a goat path, that leads. So there, remember when you and Atmir were first exploring this particular area? There was a goat path that went up, and then there was a goat path that went down.
I
And
remember.
you guys took the goat path, the goat path that went down, and
Yep.
then went up. So there were two that went off to the sides, and one of them just like leads down, back down into the area.
Cool. So if I take the goat path, can I roll acrobatics instead of athletics?
Absolutely, you can.
Awesome. That's what I'm going to do.
Also, I have a quick
How tall is
question.
the cliff?
I have a quick-
The cliff is like 50 feet.
Oh,
That's
She's
an
probably
at
just
20.
gonna jump. He's like, I've got 56 hit points.
I just want to ask here, how long has Attenmere been an octopus?
About.
Since I transformed just like a minute ago, like we just walked to the cliff.
I'm gonna say you
No,
guys
we
were walking,
waited for you to
so
walk.
it took you like at least 25 minutes because you walk so slow.
But it hasn't been a full hour.
No, it has not.
Okay, because I was looking to see if octopus had a climb speed, and I discovered they can only breathe out of water. Well, sorry, they can only hold their breath for an hour.
Yeah,
So
that's what I said. Last an hour.
I was worried about you leaping off a 50-foot cliff if you were no longer an octopus.
Oh, what we're gonna do is it's 50 feet, so we're just gonna take the rope, hang it down. I'm gonna hang off the end and like kind of do sit-ups and drop everyone down by like, you know, because I have a 15-foot reach, so it's a 30 feet in either direction, right? So
That's
if
true.
I'm like in the middle, I can
That's
like
still a 20-foot drop.
not if we have the rope tied to my tentacles, right? And then we can just like do sit-ups and grab people and like pass them down to the ground. You know?
I mean, I like the creativity personally.
I mean, I feel like you're putting too much thought into this, Steve.
I'm
Okay.
taking the goat path,
Moving on.
but I like where his head's
Okay. Never mind then.
Like, fuck this shit anyways. But I like I like the
given what I see in the roll tracker, you're taking the hell out of that goat path.
Yes.
Parkour.
Yeah, buddy.
shit.
Yeah, so I take the goat path, and when I get to the bottom, I do a little backflip, and I go, Tarask.
Tarisk.
Yeah, Tarisk.
Tear it.
I go, Tarisk.
I'm not letting you live that one down either.
I will also try to take the goat path.
Absolutely. Roll me an acrobatics or an athletics check, whichever you prefer.
I do not do as well, but 14.
Okay, so there's a few times that you slip. You like Fidget made it look extremely easy, unfortunately. So you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then there's a few rocks that were a lot less stable than you thought they were, and you slide for a minute and just do that kind of oh shit. But you make it down just fine.
Like walking outside right now.
Yeah,
Huh.
kind of.
I'm gonna attempt the goat path as well.
Okay.
Athletics or acrobatics, you said?
Acrobatics or athletics, yep.
Right. 19.
Okay. So now that Rendell has pretty accurately pointed out where not to step.
Don't step where I did.
I got a 16 as well for the goat path.
Okay. So yeah, you aren't as, I mean, you've got hooves, so it's a little harder for you. Or actually, maybe it should be easier. I don't know. It's a goat
15.
path. It's a 15? Yeah. So all of you make it down just fine.
Step Rendell.
No, I rolled a 3 for getting down. We end the octopus, by the way. I rolled a 3 for our acrobatics for the goat path.
Oh, so you literally just roll.
Do I take damage this time?
Trying to carefully pick their way down, and you just see a ball of tentacles and jelly.
No, we end the octopus shenanigans before we descend, unfortunately.
Aw.
So you see a ball of elf just.
There you go. I'm not particularly good at hills.
You're not good at the walking.
That's why I prefer octopi.
And wings. Pretty good.
Right.
Wings.
It's hard to fall.
Nyx just kind of scoots down on her butt.
There you go.
Just like glowering at anybody that looks at her, like with any semblance of a smile on their face.
So like an Adult Swim
Brent is
animation.
on
Her
full on
PNG just, like,
laughing.
slides.
All right. So since I'm first down, I'm going to start investigating this absence of dragon.
Okay.
That should be a band. That's a great name for a band.
Absence of dragon.
Absence of Dragon.
And they can partner with an alcohol company to make the
Oh,
Absence
that's a
of
nat
Dragon.
one. I'm
Can we use our
blushing
party
today.
boon to make that a nat 20?
Is that how it works?
You can use the party boon to let him roll again.
Hold on.
Okay.
No. No one needs to do any of that because I have something as a soul knife called Psi Bolstered Knack. So
What?
if I fail to use a skill with which I have proficiency, which investigation is one of the things I have proficiency, I can roll a psionic energy die and add the number rolled to the check.
So hold
Potentially
on,
turning it.
But
critical
it's
fail
still
is
a
still a critical fail.
Critical fail is still a critical fail.
You might want to re-roll that.
All right. Well, I mean, it's an investigation check, so a critical fail is not going to ruin anything for anybody. Just
No.
means I go temporarily blind.
You're a loose cannon. You destroyed evidence.
Yeah, but I think we all want to know if there's something here that you can find.
Damn it, you're a
And
good
you're the
cop.
best investigator in
Fidget
the
goes
team.
and investigates the wrong area of the. He's like,
Wait,
over
Fidget,
here.
You know
it
what?
was over
Actually,
here.
can I add some?
Wasn't it?
Can I add some flavor to this? I intend to investigate, but I'm mesmerized by watching Nick scoot down on her butt down the goat path.
He's just.
Can I attempt to investigate this?
You absolutely can.
Eight.
You also go and start looking in the wrong place because that's where Fidget went.
Fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll it too. I'm gonna roll investigation too.
Oh fuck. 7, 8, 9. Who wants the 10? Let me.
So all
I can
three
hit
of
the
you are
10.
standing here like it was here, right? It was here.
Guys, are we in the right spot? Like,
Turn around, there's a
Dude.
giant dragon corpse behind us. Oh!
I'm looking up the goat path still.
Literally, everybody followed me to the wrong place. Like, he knows where he's going.
Okay, seriously though, do we want to use our party boon to let Fidget re-roll his investigation check?
Oh my
What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
it's funny this way, though.
It is funny to say.
It's already funny.
Can I
Let's get some
re-roll
out of
in
it.
the absence of the party boon?
Advance
you
the
have
plot.
inspiration,
Go
you
ahead.
absolutely can.
What's that?
If you have inspiration, you absolutely can.
I don't believe I do. Do I?
Oh.
No, I don't.
I mean, I do, but I rolled a 4.
Right.
I guess I could. It's not my strong suit.
I will
Technically, you
attempt
rolled a
the
five.
roll.
You can gift inspirations, but
Okay.
there is a party boon that's just kind of there.
Yeah, but
Everybody
we could
can
use it for
re-roll if they
something
wanted to.
else.
It's a boon.
We
That's
could use
true.
the
We could all
inspirations
re-roll.
for something else too.
Can I roll survival to like examine the land around?
That's what I should have done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I help
do
him?
it? Yeah, please do. I will grab my second die.
You're looking in the wrong spot though.
Shit. Okay, so I'll grab my guidance die then. 16 and 2 and 5. 23.
So everybody is literally on the wrong side of the chasm from where the dragon was.
Admir just ragdolls into the correct spot.
Yeah,
down
you're
the hill.
literally sitting like in the middle of these incredibly large footprints.
Oh, footprints. That's bad. Do they seem like newer, or is like from before?
So they're new enough, like that they're the footprints in like there's a little mud that's kind of gathered, and so the footprints track through this and disappear before the end of the chasm. And they're new enough that the torrential downpour hasn't washed them away yet.
I will beckon everyone over to the new footprints.
Oh, yeah, it's over there. Follow me, everybody.
Yes, Fidget, I'm checking here, or you indicated me to check while you checked over there.
That's right. I was more focused on The turds I found
Perimeter.
over
I'm
there.
gonna need a deception check from both of you.
Okay,
All right.
come on, that one. I rolled a 9.
Hey,
Pretty close.
16. I'm lying.
He rolls well, and then just at the end, he's like, "I am telling an untruth." I'm sorry.
I think I bought it.
Do you think they're?
Did they notice?
So
But yeah,
you
it
guys
seems
aren't
as
very
if-
convincing in your facade, unfortunately.
Is this what you were afraid of then? It just getting up and walking away, it would seem?
I think we need to learn more about this god that's waking up.
This is a devastatingly powerful magic.
I think we need to know if it has any allies. I mean,
Other
the
than the
cult of the
cult.
living word had allies. Who's to say that the children of the Maelstrom didn't?
Well, we know that Talon isn't dead.
Well, we know we killed him.
Is it incredibly surprising that maybe this dragon just got back up?
Kind
You're
of.
making sense.
It's concerning, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to say that I'm surprised.
We knew it was likely. That's why we left the sigil, in the hopes that we could stave it off, at least for a time.
Maybe it did.
Maybe,
I've seen souls as small as ours brought back before, but bringing back a dragon is...
maybe it never left.
Maybe it was a
already
different
dead.
one.
No, maybe it was dead before we fought it.
What gives you that impression?
Well, these things that we're dealing with are myths. Who's to say that this isn't their 4th, 5th, 6th opportunity?
All the
New lease
dragons
on
in
life.
history is the same dragon over and over.
Just this one.
Unity
What if they're
Gates.
like
Go.
what's his face?
Crab
Strobos.
Blue Man?
Yeah.
Robos.
He looked like he was made of barnacles. So what if that's what the dragon was sort of made of, and they can just make another one?
I guess that would explain where all the crabs came from in the first place. If Fidget's correct and it was already dead and being reanimated by the crabs, and the crabs brought him back.
If that's
Is that
true,
what you're saying?
Pretty much.
if that's true, we might still be able to use Domino's sigil to our advantage.
To find it?
To destroy it.
How do you mean?
Well, if they reconstruct that dragon, they'll be reconstructing that dragon.
No, but it seems to have walked because like the footprints indicate it's taken off, right?
Correct.
Probably already mobile.
Yeah.
But I think what you're saying is that because it has the sigil carved into its heart, we may be able to in some way control it, or perhaps
At least
otherwise
shorten
affect
its
it.
life. Yeah.
Don't know.
Maybe you'll have to commune with your big dragon buddy.
I can
Sir,
commune with Bahamut, perhaps, but I have never run into this situation.
Sir Domino, is there any sort of rite that can be performed to put it at rest forever?
I thought that's what we did.
Surely it's what we had hoped to do.
What we had hoped to do. The intention.
Well,
The rite
How
that you
did-
performed. Go ahead.
no. Please, after you.
The rite that you performed, was it for a living soul?
Well, it was specifically for a dragon soul, as Bahamut is the lord of all dragons.
Including the undead?
Don't know.
Not all dragons.
Now, see, here's your problem. You had it set to lizard. You got to switch it to dragon.
You gotta crank that dial a little bit more.
Mhm.
What do you mean,
We
not
sim-
all dragons, Rendell?
Bahamut's the father of the metallic dragons,
Mm.
not the chromatic, like the blue one.
Hmm.
Ah,
We try to direct its soul to the right path. It appears we have failed.
It appears so.
But perhaps Bahamut can still be of use.
Always
Well-
Bahamut is of use,
Well,
You know what I'm saying.
but his ways
Well,
are
they-
often hidden.
they had put that one god to sleep, did they not?
That's the story.
Yeah.
Do we know where we could find information on that right? Maybe it's something we have to repeat.
That's what we're doing.
That's what the
Yeah.
instruments are for.
Selecting the instruments, yeah.
My bad.
It's okay.
I would
Do you
also
think-
add.
The story's complicated.
I would also add one thing that we know for sure is that no matter what power we may be able to wield against the dragon now, it is alive, and it is likely to be seeking prey. And our destination is likely the nearest feeding ground for it.
Well,
I
we
guess we
fought
better
it
see if
once.
it's there.
We
I
could
think we must
make
make
haste
haste.
then.
Indeed.
Are there any towns en route that we should be aware of?
Little logging communities.
Maybe we can scout ahead.
Sorry, translate. So, like, there are logging communities that are like Medlow City, us, logging community. Like, could we plot a route?
So they're kind of just
I
like
assume it's a
spread
few days,
around
right?
the city, in like a
Okay.
radius around the city.
Okay, so okay.
Okay.
Well, if we have a pissed off blue dragon, or perhaps a pissed off undead blue dragon roaming the countryside, certainly we should try and extinguish that.
Yeah, we better beat it out of the city.
Well, at the very least, the towns in between here and Medlow will at least have heard or seen something. We can't be sure which way it flew.
For all we know, it could have flown back out to sea to recompose itself.
Maybe even to Stormfell.
Very possible.
Come then, friends. We can speculate on the road. My accent's just like doesn't matter to everyone.
Shoot, 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 shoot.
Almost like walk
Alright,
this way.
So,
Let's do it.
you guys have already spent the majority of the day making your way to the cave, doing the altercation in the cave, making your way back from the cave. So you're only going to be able to travel for like 2 to 3 hours before you're going to have to stop.
Worth it.
Okay.
Okay.
Worth it.
Okay.
Let's make some headway.
I'm gonna move the cabbage. Boop. There you go. Okay,
Cool.
so after a few hours of travel, the rain unfortunately does not dissipate. And at the end of those hours, your clothing is soaked, your boots are full of water, your socks are wet. Everything feels heavy and cold and miserable, and like your clothes are clinging to your skin, and just the wind is going right through all of you, and it's a slog. This is not a fun walk.
I hate rain. It's wet and clammy and it gets everywhere.
Yeah,
Could
I
be
really
wow.
wish I would have cast Endure Elements a couple hours back there. Anyway,
I'm surprised you haven't turned into some aquatic creature yet.
Yeah.
we've all seen that
Also,
the octopus is a
a
natural
little bit
cliff
after
dweller.
you guys leave the mountain range, at Mir, you do hear and Protein just on your shoulder.
Hey. Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Protein after the cave. Welcome back, Protein. How have you not? You right?
Why does he sound like a parrot?
Get it all out. It's okay.
Okay, Kyle, stop, please.
Okay.
How you doing there, Protein? Is he like all soaked and everything?
Hey, he looks a little ruffled. His feathers are wet, and he immediately starts like preening when he's sitting on your shoulder, and he just like puts his beak towards you and goes Protein, and then just goes right back to preening. Protein wet.
Man, I really wish I had prestidigitation on this character. Just fix the bird. Druidcraft does not live up.
He then tries to like once he's done preening, he then puts his beak into like the shoulder of your coat and then like tries to lift it up and like crawl in underneath your coat.
Oh, we
What I
put him in the
realize is
hood.
that it's just as
We
wet
hood
under
it up.
there.
No, we
As a
hood it up
gnome.
with the bird. The bird goes in the hood, you know?
Okay.
As
Yeah.
a gnome, I get speak with small beasts. Is Protein a small beast that I can speak with?
Yes, he is.
Sweet. Just for future reference.
Look, a party familiar. How cool is that?
He's got to remember to pay him in treats. He's
That's
only
right.
gotten rations so far. I mean,
That's fair.
Better.
That is fair.
Well, I'm in a better mood now that we have my bird.
After a few hours of walking, the sun is beginning to dip below the horizon. Not that any of you would know, other than the thick darkness that is now beginning to encroach on where all of you are walking.
Feel like we should find some shelter, or at least build
Indeed.
some.
Okay. Do we have anywhere that like? Are we still in like cliff country?
Yeah, you guys are like a few hours outside of the mountains.
So we're still in the foothills.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any the copses of trees or shrubbery? Shrubbery.
Yeah, you can start to see
Neat.
shrubberies and like some stunted evergreens and stuff along those lines.
Okay. Any wayward pines by any chance?
Wayward pines.
This is from a book
Oh.
by a guy named Terry Goodkind.
Oh.
The wayward pine
Right.
is a very old pine tree, very large, and basically as they get bigger, the needle canopy spreads out and it leaves this opening at the bottom of the tree that you can kind of sit under, and it's quite dry and quite warm.
Right. I prepared a spell for this. Yeah.
Well,
Can
yeah,
I use?
actually, evergreens do make fantastic, like, shelter. So it should be relatively easy to find something.
Can I use plant growth on the trees to? I prepared this.
Plant growth specifically sprouts from the ground.
No, into plants. Yeah, into the plant. The trees, the tree wider. I want to use plant
Tree?
growth to like make the canopy thicker.
The-
Yeah, here.
This fucking spell.
Spell channels vitality into plants within a specific area.
Yeah, become thick and overgrown. So can I use this to like the trees and we have shelter?
You know what? Sure.
Whoever takes plant growth.
All normal plants within 100-foot radius.
You can also use 8 hours to like grow
Enrich the
super
land.
crops. Yeah.
In a half-mile radius.
Year.
Awesome.
It's
Go
one
do
of those
that at
spells that has
Bedlam
so
Season.
little
if this
use,
isn't
but when it's
if this is
useful,
an issue, Charlotte, like we can just say it fizzles or something. Like it's no problem.
All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. I mean, technically, trees are plants, yeah.
I mean, like if it doesn't happen, it
But
doesn't
you guys
happen.
are gonna have a
Like,
shit time leaving here tomorrow.
yeah,
'Cause
like
100-foot
it could also just make the area like uninhabitable, right? Like it's making everything grow. I could grow like a bunch of fucking thorns and shit, and it's like, I fucked
Yeah, it
that up,
says
didn't I, boys?
all normal plants in a 100-foot radius. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, like if it creates it like too
Went to
much,
sleep in
it's
the
fine.
forest, woke up, shrunk.
So like every shrubbery, every piece of grass, every vine,
The shrubbery?
the
flower,
shrubbery.
every single plant is going to become thick and overgrown. So like you guys will be probably relatively safe, but you're gonna have a shit time leaving. So it's
Why
All the
we got
animals
an
are gonna be
axe.
fucking confused too.
it's up to you.
So this keep in mind.
Kind of feels par for the
it's only
course.
an action. Okay.
Right? We're safe, but we're gonna have a shit time leaving. That's Stormfell, right?
That's pretty much everywhere we've rested ever.
On the plus side, this may give us a little bit of security from anything wandering or trying to spy us.
Mhm.
Maybe.
True.
So you hope.
We've made a lot of headway today. Here seems like a good place to make the rest.
Okay, so all of you begin bedding down for the evening.
Set up a camp.
Can I get some watches, please?
I will go
I will.
first.
I will take first watch.
Oh. We doing this together?
Sure.
All right. So me and Brent
I'll
are
take second.
first.
Okay. Second watch?
I'll take second.
Okay. Third watch?
Domino.
Okay.
Steve's just like, no, Atten needs his beauty sleep.
You fell down a lot of hills today.
I love how neither
Aw,
of the
I
wisdom
puzzled.
stacking characters are taking a watch.
That's
I'm
true.
not volunteering for shit.
Okay, Nick, take the last one then.
I fell down too. Not as much, but
See,
I'll rinse my
Nick
back a
put it
little.
down on her butt, so she's see. All right. So Bavidius and Barenthazar.
Perception 21.
Perception? Okay. 14.
Okay. So because of the large amount of plant growth that has now occurred within a huge swath of this forest, it's kind of hard to see if anything is coming or going. But you do see a couple owls that seem to be just kind of flying around and taking advantage of all of the mice that seem to be also taking advantage of the large accumulation of plants that are now here. Like there are so many more seeds than there were before, and like the amount of like rodents in this area is a little bit ridiculous. And the local, night predators seem to really be enjoying it. You see like a ferret or of some sort just like skitter out of the darkness, grab a mouse, and then skitter back underneath a bush. It's some sort of mustelid. It's really hard to tell.
It's
I
an
would
ermine.
like to adopt the
An
ferret.
ermine. Yeah, it is. You do not want to adopt an ermine. They are too cute, and I would feel bad.
Just offhand planning to kill a pet ferret.
If anything happened to it, I would feel bad. That's what I'm saying.
12 animal handling.
If anything, it's run off already.
Damn.
It has a mouse in its mouth. It's going back to its den.
Oh, fine.
Oh, for the sake.
Any RPing, or are we gonna skip to the next watch?
That's not my decision.
Yeah, I'm asking.
Want to RP, Kyle?
If you got something
That's not-
something to talk about, go for it.
You don't have to ask him if he wants to RP. Just do it.
Just start.
Just start.
Well,
if you
know.
if you have a topic in mind, I frankly
I got.
can't think of anything.
Put yourself out there.
Charlie,
I just-
this is how guys ask girls to dance. Just so, and it doesn't matter. Ask people to dance. So do you want to like, you know?
Do you want to like do the thing? Do you want to like? Do you want to?
I was perfectly
I need to
content
warn you, I only know
to
the
role
Cobra
play
Shuffle.
with a ferret. Let me be very clear. The little cute rodent, I was down to have a scene with, but
Yep.
like, I can't think of anything I want to talk to a humanoid about.
I got something.
Oh,
You seem
okay.
pretty lost on that ferret, Major.
Yes, it's caught my eye. Did you ever have pets, Lieutenant?
Well, once, but I find I wasn't a good pet owner. It's not that I didn't care. It's that when you're in the military, you're almost never around. So
Well,
I gave the pet to somebody else, but
that's the brilliant thing about things like a ferret, is they can easily come with you wherever
yeah.
you
But
need to go.
what if you roll over on it or you fall on it?
Well, I would never.
You're not. Remember, neither of us are that small.
When I was much younger, before I joined the Shields, I found a small wolf cub. It was abandoned one time on a hunt,
Um,
and we raised that cub until it was old enough to live on its own once again in the wild. But no matter how small it was, no matter how big I grew, there was never once a danger of me forgetting where it was.
I
When you
mean,
care about
but
something that much, it's always in the corner of your eye.
agreed. But accidents happen. You're not always prepared.
Kind of looks off in the direction of Stormfell. I think that's one of the things that a pet can teach you, is to be prepared for anything.
Very true.
Are you prepared for what's to come?
Prepared for anything. Have to be.
Except
There was the one time I wasn't prepared. Cost me the platoon I was working with. Not the men you saw in Stormfell, but earlier on in my career with the Silver Shields.
Yes, I remember reading the report.
If I ever find that fire genasi, yeah. I lost a lot of good men that day.
I'm glad we have not lost each other.
Agreed, and I'm glad I was able to help you save the sergeant in any degree.
I'm glad we were both able to help her save herself.
Yes.
If you do spot ferret or weasel or anything that
Vermin.
looks like it might make a
Martin.
good pet,
I'll grab it for you.
thank you, Lieutenant.
You see a tiny, like a little brown mouse just like skitter out and like grab a seed. And it does that thing where, like, you know, when mice sit, they like bunch themselves up and then just start like nim 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 nim, and then it looks at
What
you
do I
guys.
have to roll to try and grab the mouse?
Dexterity?
Dexterity saving throw? Or not
No, a
saving throw?
dexterity, like a check. It has to make a saving throw.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta go back up to.
I'm just gonna roll a d20 here. Phew. It's not bad for a mouse. An 11.
Yeah, it beat mine. I got a 9.
So you hear and it just like it just darts off back into the.
Well, Major, I tried.
Perhaps next time, try offering it some food.
Brothers are just going around like, ha! I'm gonna catch one.
Eldritch Blast. Oh,
Just try to
damn.
smack them. Why isn't this working? Why do they not want to be my friends?
Do I just breath weapon them? No, that'll kill them.
All right, I'm going to put a fresh log on the fire. I think it's time to wake Fidget.
All right, I'll go wake them. Walk over and I just nudge Fidget.
Yeah, hockey practice.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Well, it's your watch.
All right. I get up. Fidget's not much of a morning or middle of the night person, so he just kind of grumpily trudges over to the edge of the camp and starts making his rounds.
Okay. Can you roll me a perception check, please?
Roll a what?
A perception check. Your favorite thing.
Favorite.
Your favorite.
That's an 18.
Oh, okay. So you're also very aware of the large amount
perceived.
of small fauna that seem to be just kind of
Okay.
this area. Like there's a mouse that comes into the clearing, and then an owl that like just swoops down and scares the shit out of you because you don't hear it coming. It just like you can almost feel its wingtip like graze the top and the sides of your head as it just flies over you, grabs this mouse, you hear that, and then it's just gone.
I am a little paranoid of winged creatures flying too close to me, so I'm going to roll to attack.
Okay.
That's a 27.
Okay. You throw your soul knife at this owl and you hear, and then it's just like, just falls to the ground.
Yeah, so I'm like, motherfucker. Oh.
There's now this just dead owl, like laying up. You see its claws sticking up off of the ground. Like just.
All Fidget's thinking, hey, we got breakfast tomorrow.
I like carefully
The
walk
mouse,
over.
like skitters out of its claw and just like runs off.
I carefully walk over and grab the owl, and then I just find a pile of undergrowth that's well hidden, and I just kind of like
Just
stuff it in
just keep
so that it can't be seen, and then like kind of pat the pile and like, and then continue on.
We didn't catch what you said, unfortunately.
Fucking dragon, son of a fucking bitch.
What you don't know is that mouse swore a life debt to you, and in your darkest hour, it will show up.
with its tiny mouse army.
Yeah.
Its tiny, surprisingly swole
I am
mouse
the Red
army.
King.
Nice.
Okay. So other than that, your watch passes without incident.
Cool.
Other than you accidentally murdering an owl.
Not
Yeah,
the
come on.
professor.
Might of the
No.
land of you owl slayer.
Yeah, that should be my new epithet. I'm Fidget the Owl Slayer. And then it's Domino next? Is that
Yes,
right?
correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wake up Domino.
Anything to report?
No, nothing at all. There was nothing. Nothing happened.
I'm so tempted to have you roll a
Oh,
deception check for that.
okay.
I'm so tempted to be like, roll me a deception check.
No.
Nothing happened at
what?
all. Nothing. Not at all. Nothing. Not a single thing.
Don't ask it.
Hey, if you say so, very well. Sleep well, my friend.
Yeah, you too. Sleep well after the watch. First, you should be awake. But yeah, anyway. I'm gonna...
He's an elf. His rest is done.
You're quite inspiration for that. I love that so much.
Oh.
All right.
Domino, roll me a perception check.
That would be a natural 5.
Oof.
So you just kind of sit by the fire and just like kind of watch the
A nice
shadows.
pebble over there.
There's a lot of plant growth here. So it's kind of really hard to see any further than where the light sort of extends to. And yeah, you're just kind of sitting there and just twiddling your thumbs like do 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 do.
Okay. Well, I will examine the silk rope to see if any repairs need to be done.
I think they can pretty easily hold like up to 100 pounds or something ridiculous. I think your rope is fine.
Very good. And I will muse,
Some ridiculous number that silk rope can hold.
and I will muse on the various humorous personalities of my adventuring band until the sun rises.
All right. So, there's one more watch after yours, but you don't necessarily have to wake up next because you're technically fully rested at this point, yeah?
Yeah, I'll let her sleep in. She had a big day.
Okay.
Would that warrant another perception check?
No. You can keep the
5.
unless you want to make another one.
Absolutely, I would want to make another one. That's a natural 19.
There is a dead owl stuffed under a bush.
Well, I will.
No wounds. No sign of what caused its death.
It just got old. Fast.
Yep.
Is it edible?
Tastes like
I mean,
chicken.
technically,
But
yeah.
Well,
if you skin it and everything.
if it hasn't turned, then I will start removing
it's pretty freshly dead for some reason.
odd.
Like within the last 4 or 5 hours.
But I would hate for it to go to waste, so we shall pull the feathers and roast it.
So everybody
Oh, good.
to the smell of chicken or
Mhm.
poultry that is
Roasted
being
Fowl.
poultry.
and Fidget, he left the claws on, so as it's rotating around the fire, you're just like, where did you find that?
Brent is trying to look over. You okay?
Oh, Tubman, thank you
Yeah,
for
I'm
breakfast.
I'm not hungry.
Look at the fucking claws on that chicken.
Look at all
Holy
those
crap.
chickens.
Nature check.
Where'd you find that kind of chicken?
It's a
Well, it's
6.
not a
I believe
chicken,
it's
actually.
chicken.
That is absolutely chicken.
It is an owl.
It's
I
a
found
murder
it.
chicken.
It found it right by the bush, freshly murdered. Odd.
How
Very odd.
strange.
Freshly murdered.
What a curious thing to discover.
Is there any bird more the opposite of a chicken than an owl? Maybe like an emu.
I don't even know how to classify it.
Emus and chickens, I think, are kind of
They're
similar.
both flightless birds, so I would say
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah, I guess owl then would be the most opposite.
Emus are just really big chickens.
or like
That
a
was
duck
me.
would be the most
Yeah.
opposite to a chicken, I would think. Because ducks like swim and stuff too, or a penguin.
Oh yeah, true.
No, but
Yeah,
penguins are
penguins
also flightless birds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Water, yeah,
So we
remember,
eat the
water
chicken.
are evil and would taste it
Yeah,
fresh.
so you eat the chicken. Everybody but Fidget eats the chicken.
Yeah,
And
not
Fidget
feeling it.
just probably
puffin.
looks unimpressed the entirety of the time.
I'm gonna say the opposite is a puffin.
Yeah,
Oh, swims around
Yes.
and can fly.
and they can fly. That is true.
That's just showing off on the chicken at that point. It's fucking running.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
What you got, bitch?
Or a duck.
Damn, what's the name of that one?
Okay. So everybody eats the owl, and I eat rations dejectedly.
Fidget looks so grumpy right now. I should ask him about it.
Do Ray
You okay, Fidget?
birds? Can
Yes.
birds eat the owl?
What? You seem a little off.
I'm fine.
Even more so.
Are you
I'll
sure
bring him
you
a
don't
piece of
want some
owl.
of this
Oh,
delicious
fuck.
chicken?
I'm sure.
It's really
Um,
quite tasty.
You want to talk about it?
No.
I rolled an insight
Has there
check
been
on
any
Fidget.
clues that I want to talk about it this far, Brentazar?
I mean, usually you don't shut up, so just today you're just oddly quiet.
I'm going scouting. And I get up and walk away.
Just like stops at the
You sure you
wall
don't
of
want to
sage growth.
Yeah, I get to the overgrowth, and I'm like, son of a fucking god damn fucking.
You just see him start like
Do you want some company? Maybe somebody a little taller?
No, I'm good.
I'm good. Everything's fine. I can see where I'm going. It's all good.
So I rolled a 10 for insight on Fidget. Andrew rolled a 24.
Ooh.
He definitely killed that owl. But what I cannot understand is his motive. What did that owl do to him? Did it crap on him in the night?
Why don't you go ask him?
I'm not particularly concerned about why he killed the owl. I'm just more curious as to why he wouldn't tell us that he got us this delicious breakfast.
I just wish it would have been a duck that he killed, because then I could have really set up a nice foul play joke, but now I can't. Well,
Woof.
foul, owl play. Let's go with that.
Now.
All right, guys, that's the night.
Somewhere off in the tall grass, Fidget's just having a small aneurysm.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, I was about to say that seems like a pretty good place to end the session for today.
Still hear all those idiots.
I can't take it anymore, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a reasonable response.
I have to
That's
go
fine.
lie down. So thank you everyone for joining us for this episode of Melody of the Maelstrom. Thank you to our sponsors, D&D Beyond, FX May Vary. Make sure you check out our Patreon and our merch page and the other shows that are also on this particular channel. Make sure you check out
Abomination Alley,
which is on Tuesdays, and our dear friends or mortal enemies. We're still in the point of deciding.
Frenemies.
From
Mortal frenemies.
mortal frenemies. From False Skull and Knights, and their shows run on Wednesdays. And yeah, this is the point where I usually. Oh no, wait. Does anybody have any shows coming up?
Not currently.
February 28th, my hardcore band Face Value is going to be headlining the Rust Belt Fest in Cleveland.
Nice. That's awesome.
Cleveland rocks.
Cleveland
Okay.
rocks.
So, this is usually the point where I say, if you're still here, you're one of our favorites. You don't need to tell anybody else, but you are. And the most useful thing that you could possibly do is, share the stream. Write it on a t-shirt and then put it in a t-shirt cannon and just shoot it into a crowd, like the Twitch link. Or, I'm sure there's another
Q&R code on a sweater.
like very
You
delicate.
can rent one of those prop planes and have like the banner that goes in behind it with the stream on it.
No. So like you can paint the Twitch link on the backs of your Warhammer army and then go play in a tournament.
Nice.
And share the link that way. There's so many options that you can do.
Messenger pigeon?
Yeah, I think that one's the most ridiculous one that I've said so far, is painting it on the back of a Warhammer army.
I think we can get better, but
that would take so much work.
remain.
That would take hours. Okay. Or you can paint the Twitch link on a D&D mini because they're a lot bigger. Or
You can do that as well. Yeah, that's
spend
true.
$400 on a Tiamat mini and then just paint our Twitch link along one of the necks or something. And then it's a little more subtle.
Done.
So again, thank you all for tuning in, and this is Melody of the Maelstrom, and we will see you next time. Bye.